Hey everybody, Lawrence here with 30 Basic Terrain, coming at you with another one. Bottle toppers. I love using them. I put them on all my contrast, my speed paints, and my express colors. Or, other manufacturers, they use their own, whatever name they want to call it. It's a simple way, and it's cut down the guesswork of different shades of the same, like say blue. I know exactly what that shade's going to look like once it's on my model, and I have cut out a lot of the guesswork in painting my minis. It's it's made painting my minis a lot less stressful. Not that there was really that much stress to begin with, but much more enjoyable. That my pile of shame, yes, it's shame because I'm a grognard. My pile of shame is getting lower and lower. So, I want to walk you through how I prep my bottle toppers and caps, so I can actually know exactly what they're going to look like. But before we get to it, I want to give a big shout out to my patrons: Dungeon Matron, Mia Geeked, Corel, Sykes, Rick Spotton. Your guys' help every month is greatly appreciated, and I cannot thank you enough. So, all right, let's get to it. This is a relatively simple step. I'm taking the bottle toppers and I'm prepping several of them at once. I have a craft stick here with a bunch of blue tack already attached to it, and you can see I've already used this once. Gonna keep using it until it's no good, but I'm just attaching several to the stick with the blue tack on it so I can do multiple at the same time. As you can see off to the left there down in the corner, I've already done some because I want to get a whole bunch of them ready to go. Not that I need them, but I want them ready for when I do. This is pretty simple. I'm just using an airbrush and I'm primer in black. If you don't have an airbrush, that's absolutely fine. You absolutely can do this step with either brush on primer or a rattle can. I have an airbrush, so I'm going to use it. Pretty simple. And now this is another step that you can absolutely do with a rattle can. I'm giving a zenithal highlight. Now some people do this part with dry brushing. I prefer the more smoother gradient you get with doing a zenithal highlight for this step. It's just my choice. But you come at from above at an angle and then basically spray it again at an angle to make it more like the light's hitting it from above. Now this step I absolutely do dry brushing because I like the absolute highlights to be a little bit harsher. But again, it's just a quick dry brush of all the different skulls with white paint. I mean, this is I slap chop my minis, so this is basically how I'm going to do it. Now these are supposed to be a snug fit on top of these bottles, but it can be a little loose, and I'm just going to save myself the headache of them falling off or popping off, and I glue them to the top of the bottles. And the thing is, what do you do if you run out of paint in that one jar? Just switch the caps. Use the caps to the new bottle you buy. Now that I've got it ready and the glue is dry, shake it up as you would normally before use. Pour a little bit out, and then just slap the paint all over it. That's pretty much it. I mean, literally, this is slap chop, and you don't have to be extremely neat with this. You just get it on and let it dry. Easy peasy. And as you can see, I absolutely love how this looks. I know exactly how the different colors are going to appear with my painting method on whatever mini. I know the highlights, all the dark areas, what it's going to look like, because like I said, I slap chop, and with this I can just look over at my paint racks and I can see exactly how the paint is going to wind up appearing once it's dry on the mini. And the same goes for the Citadel paints with these little caps. It's the same concept as the toppers. It's just a small cap that fits over that little ridge on the top of the bottles. And the express paints, they get the bottle topper.
bottle caps, whatever. But again, as you can see, it's just, with this, you know exactly how your paint's going to wind up looking. I put them on all my paints, and it just works. No trying to remember what a color is going to look like once it's on the Mini.
Hey, everybody, if you made this far, it means you watched it in. As always, I greatly appreciate it. Like the video, hit the thumbs up, click subscribe, leave a comment, you know, the YouTube stuff. But my painting has greatly increased ever since I started doing this, and it takes a lot of the indecision out of the process, because I can look, I can see, and I can grab what I want, and I know what it's going to look like once it touches my miniatures. So it makes the painting process all that much more enjoyable, because I'm not stressing how it's going to look when it's dry. I already know. But again, guys, whenever you're painting your miniatures, making your terrain, we're adding painting your miniatures a lot easier. Well, the only person you got to worry about is you, because it's your miniatures in terrain.